Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Welcome to the Weekend. I might turn that down a wee bit. So, Kyle with you for another 2 hours. I should point out we're just trying some new technology due to various events, which we'll get into shortly. So there may be some glitches in this show. If people want to tell us how it sounds, we shall of course be quality reviewing it as well. Also, guest presenting tonight with me is...
It's Penny from St Albans here.
Oh,
good evening, Kyle.
You're very quiet. Say that again.
I said it's Penny from St Albans here. Good evening.
Oh, right. That got massively louder. Okay. How's it going?
It's going very well, thank you very much.
Cool. Now, I should point out that I've not actually done that much content preparation for tonight, since I've been dealing with the technical aspects of the studio. So what treats have you got in store for us, Penny?
Well, I'm hoping that we can talk a little bit about Channel 4's Naked Attraction, which I know you came across the other night watching.
I did.
Not literally, we should point out here. Well, I don't know. Also, we're going to talk about celebrities opening things and places. Do celebrities still open supermarkets anymore? I don't know, but I've been to a couple of places recently that some random celebrities have opened. I'm pretty sure that our good friend Gary from... Radio sounds familiar, that is right, isn't it? I'm having a mental blank there. I'm pretty sure he might want to talk about some of the comedies that have been on the BBC over the last week as well.
RadioSoundsFamiliar.com.
.com, let's get the .com in there.
That's important. He's very precious about his .com.
I'm sure he is.
So if you want to pick up on any of those subjects, give us a ring on 01618182627. Or how else can people get hold of us, Penny?
They can also Skype us, and they'll find us in the Skype directory under Reclaimed Radio. We are on Facebook as Reclaimed Radio, and we are on Twitter where we are Reclaimed Radio 1.
Ah, you see, beautifully done, if I may say so.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Right, well, I shall stop this palaver and get on with the first record right here on Reclaimed Radio.
Listening to Kyle Rickards on Reclaimed Radio.
So there you go. That was Waterloo Sunset by the Kings, and also The Clash, London Calling. Now, the reason I was playing London Calling was because originally, Penny, we were supposed to be doing this show down south.
Down south, yeah.
We were, and then it all went quite badly wrong, I think it's fair to say.
There's another expression that I would insert there, but probably not for use on the radio. Yeah.
I would say pits up, but
something like that.
It sounds very much like that. And also the radio presenter in question, who we shall not know,
no.
But he was planning on doing various shows out and about around the from listeners' houses.
He was.
And I believe somebody who's experienced this before is Tanya. Tanya, can you hear me?
I can. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Well, do you know what? I'm glad you asked. It's a very strange thing. Have you ever made yourself a lovely dinner?
Once or twice.
Yeah, and have you ever put that much love and care and affection into it that you can't actually eat it at the end?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm kind of in that boat at the minute.
What is it? What have you got for your tea?
Do you know, I just had a baked potato.
Cheese and baked beans?
I didn't go for the beans option. I did go for the cheese.
Probably best not to do baked beans when you're on live radio, to be honest.
Oh, no, well, do you know, I'll probably be fine for the show, but honestly, about midnight,
Should we not go there?
It's not worth mentioning. It's not worth mentioning that. So anyway, Tanya, tell us about your experience with having presenters in your house.
Well, am I allowed to mention the other radio station, or is that a no-no?
You can mention anything you like.
Well, I used to listen to Absolute Radio, and they did a competition 6 years ago that was to coincide with Sky launching their 3D service, where they wanted to come along to a listener's house, host the breakfast show, give them a 3D TV, and also that Katie Tunstall would come along and do a gig in their lounge. And so I'm one of these people who says one life, live it. So enter the competition, not thinking for 1 second that I would win it, but did a pitch because I'd listened to the radio and knew the presenters quite well. So did a pitch aimed at each presenter and how we could host them and how we could look after them. And for some strange reason, we actually won it. So they all turned up to do the breakfast show from 7 in the morning, but we're here from about 4:30. And did a radio show, and we had Katie Tunstall in the lounge.
That's amazing. So how do you? What would the pitch be? Not that I'm inviting people to rock up to either my studio or my house and do the show, but what sort of thing do you say?
I knew that the presenter, for instance, only lived 45 minutes away, so we made a point of that we weren't in Hull or Macclesfield or a Scottish island. I also knew that the guy that did the news, that it was his wife was 8.5 months pregnant, and one of my very good friends is a midwife, so I offered to have the midwife on standby if she was needed to talk her through on the phone going into labour. I also knew that it was the newsreader's birthday, so on the day that they were due to come, so I said that we would look after him and make him a birthday cake. So we sort of just did all sorts of bits really about things that they could do around the house, and that we had the downstairs loo that they could turn into the news studio, that the producer, who was known as Captain Chaos because he was always cocking things up, we could get him in the hot tub and hose him down. So tried to make it a bit of fun that we knew that would be good for listeners, but also we'd got all the practical side of things covered as well.
I would be paranoid, and I'm not casting aspersions, I'm merely saying as I find, but I would be so paranoid about cleaning every inch of my house.
You have no idea the panic mode that I went into the week before, because we had about 6 days notice of then cleaning the house frantically and making things ready, and the look of horror when one of them said, can we use the loo? We'll need to go upstairs. I nearly died at the idea that I hadn't cleaned upstairs. You're right to be paranoid about it. I definitely was.
Oh, I wouldn't like that. A load of strangers in my house. So
it was just weird. Sort of, you're thinking, well, that's Katie Tunstall. Who's done Jules Holland and all sorts, sitting on our spare bed because that's what she's going to use as a dressing room. It was all very surreal. And when
Tanya,
they all
did
left
she use
at
your loo?
11:30, thinking, did that actually happen? And it's only thanks to links on YouTube that we can actually prove that it did happen. Well, that and the enormous TV they left us with, but very surreal.
I thought you were going to say something then, Penny. Sorry.
I was going to ask Tanya, did Katie Tunstall use your loo as well then?
I can't hear you, Penny.
Interesting. I'm sorry about that. How very bizarre. I don't know why that's... We have tried very hard to get this to work today, by the way, as I'm sure you've heard.
I'm sure.
I shall try one thing, and then otherwise I will relay your question, Tanya. Thank you for persevering with us.
Not at all.
Okay.
So my question was, if she can hear me now.
I can hear you, Penny. Hi.
Fantastic. Did Katie Tunstall use your loo then, Tanya?
She did, and we have still got the water bottle that she drank from. She gave that to one of the kids. We've also got her plectrums. She signed, Absolute Radio bought all sorts of props and mugs and backdrops, and she signed everything that we asked her to sign. So we've got cushions on sofas that have been signed by her and all sorts of stuff.
But you could turn that into some sort of theme, Katie Tunstall theme park now.
We could. We should probably put a blue plaque on the outside of the house and let bus tours come
Do you
past.
know what you could do? You could just actually print something and laminate it, because I've done that myself at my house.
Have you?
Well, I've just put, yeah, Carl lives here, but I'll be honest with you, it attracts unwanted attention.
Yeah, yeah, I can believe that.
It really does. So, I believe there's clips of the whole thing that are online. If people
There
want to go and
are.
have a look.
There's if you put Katie Tunstall Fleet into YouTube, because we live in Fleet, it comes up with her doing Fade Like a Shadow in front of our fish tank, my husband in the background with his camera. And also there's a great one where Richie, the producer, who, as I mentioned earlier, was known as Captain Chaos, managed to drop the chocolate birthday cake that I'd made for the newsreader and threw it onto the living room carpet in fairly spectacular fashion, taking out one of our really good friends, Andy, in the process, which is, and kids all sitting on the coffee table in absolute wonderment at whether I was going to go ballistic because there was now chocolate cake all over the carpet. But yeah, that's on YouTube as well. I think if you put in Absolute Radio cake drop, I think that comes up on YouTube.
We'll get some links put up on our Facebook page in the next
Oh,
few minutes for those, Tanya.
great. That'd be great, Penny.
That's brilliant. I'm just amazed at the waste of cake. That would really upset me.
Oh no, we still ate it.
Oh, right, it's all right then. It's all good. It's all
Oh
good.
yeah, yeah, that's fine. We still ate it. That was no problem.
Yeah, I'll be tempted by that. Well, thank you very much, Tanya, by the way, for taking the time to ring in.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No worries, anytime, and I shall say bye. Would you like to say anything further, Penny? It's difficult because me and Penny don't have the eye contact, so...
We have no eye contact at all.
We
It's a
have
bit weird.
none.
No, but it was nice for you to call in, Tanya, and I love that story anyway. I've heard it before, but it's still brilliant.
My pleasure. Good to talk to you, Penny.
See you. Bye.
All right, thanks,
Bye.
bye. What a lovely lady.
Tanya's lovely.
That would really upset me, though. Well, why
Cake
don't...
on the floor.
Well, cake on the floor. Although, like, to be fair, I've been to stag do's like that, or wedding receptions. But it would... I think it's just the fact of having all those people in my house. I wouldn't like that.
I've seen somewhere a picture that Tanya put online at the time of the newsreader literally sat on their downstairs loo with a laptop on his knee, headphones on, holding a microphone, doing the news bit. And it's just one of the weirdest photos ever. So funny.
That's very strange. Don't forget, if you'd like to get in touch with any of the things that you hear this evening, 016, or discuss them, 01618182627, or find us on Twitter at ReclaimedRadio1, and also on Facebook. And you can, I see that we have quite a few listeners already. My new system, Penny, if you're interested.
The geek that I am, of course I am.
Well, indeed, it shows how many listeners we've actually got live in front of me. So,
Exciting.
Do you know what? It's cutting edge. Tell you what, I'm going to save that, but after the next record, I will say cutting edge to you of something I've just learnt.
Ooh, exciting.
So, there you go. Right, you're listening to Reclaim Radio with Kyle and Penny. We'll try this for you. Every Last Note there of Day Tripper by the Beatles. So, do you know, I didn't want it to do that. I didn't want it to play the next song then, Penny.
Oh.
But it's fine. It's fine. It's easily fixed. With it, no, it's not. It's still doing it again. I've done it, you see. But, there are teething problems with our new system. But, it's getting there. Better than it was.
Modern technology, eh?
It is modern technology. Talking of modern technology, thank you, is apparently they are launching the Apple iPhone 7 this week.
Ooh.
I don't know whether you knew about this. But the thing is that everyone's discussing is the fact that they are doing away with the headphone socket.
Oh, this is the whole Wi-Fi headphone thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Bizarrely, my mother-in-law was telling me about this afternoon, strangely.
Yeah, no, they are going to go with Bluetooth instead. Do you know what? I'm going to come back. I'm going to pick that point up in a minute. Let's just see whether I think somebody just rang in. Hello, caller. Can you hear me?
I certainly can.
What are you doing at this time?
What do you mean? It's 7:30.
What? It's 24 minutes past to be technically correct, Colin.
Right.
I think he's trying to say, Colin, you're
Yes.
premature.
I thought that's what women did.
Right. Well, right. There's two things going on at once here. So Penny is co-presenting, guest co-presenting, Colin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you two were both talking over each other. So I'm sure you were both hilarious with your jokes, as in, you know, you being premature, Colin, and you always being late, Penny. But if you try and have a conversation, that would be great.
Good evening, Colin.
Good evening, Penny. How are you, love?
I'm very well, thank you very much. But you are early. You're early.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible, isn't it?
Thrown Kyle's timing, you see.
Sorry?
I said you have thrown Kyle's timing.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Because everything was planned to the minute, or to the second, should we say.
Well, can I ask you a question? And there is it's not being rude, and I hope you, if you don't want to answer it, you needn't.
You can ask me anything you like, Colin.
No, I'm not
12
asking
inches.
you, Kyle Rickards.
All right.
I'm asking Auntie Penny.
Oh.
Auntie Penny now, right?
Right. Did you go to the loo before you started the broadcast?
Yes. Why?
Well, I'm getting a bit concerned. I think there must be an epidemic of ladies having weak bladders.
I'm intrigued to know where this is going, Colin. Intrigued.
Because of all the adverts for a certain product on telly lately, last couple of years.
Right.
And what with that advert and the other one for other ladies, specifically ladies, problems.
Right.
And
Problems, or are we on problems or just things?
that happen monthly.
Feminine hygiene products, I think, is the technical term on the in boots on the.
Right.
Colin,
shelves,
Colin, you dirty old perv. What do you want?
No, I'm just a bit, I don't know, not upset but there are so many of these adverts nowadays. And I wonder if it's really suitable.
So do you feel the need, Colin, to go skateboarding round, I don't know, rollerblading round a park while singing "It's My Life"? Do you want to do that, Colin?
With a nice yellow VW Beetle in the background, right?
I like the fact that one of those adverts for feminine hygiene says, "I'm loving the fact that I can go swimming now at any time of the month." I thought, well, I can't swim, so perhaps it'll help me, you know.
Yeah. No, but do you know what I'm getting at?
Well, not really. I'll be honest with you.
Penny?
No, I disagree.
Look at you,
Colin.
appealing to the masses for legitimisation of your frankly ill-informed beliefs, Colin.
Well, no, I mean, it just makes you wonder. Well, it does.
They obviously sell the advertising space, so they obviously think it works, don't they?
Well,
Move with the times, Colin. Move with the times. We talk about these things now.
Having said all that, there is one which I do actually like, and that's the one with
What, the advert or the advert or the product?
The advert, not the product. You dozy so-and-so.
Right, do you know, somebody, and I won't say his name because he actually doesn't work with us anymore. Let's say he's called Patrick East. He's not, he's called Paul West. Evening, Paul. Paul says, you need to get out more. Why are you thinking about these things? Why are you doing a dirty laugh then?
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
It just came into my head.
As many things do, Colin, if truth be told.
And I've got this new browser that I can doodle on.
Okay.
And I've made some notes. Thank goodness at last you can tell how many listeners you've got.
Thank you. I'm not going to tell you. That's commercial information, Colin.
Oh, well, maybe you could do that at another time.
I'll hold a press conference for you and everything. How about that?
Yeah, that would be good. We could have a Skype conference, couldn't we?
We could certainly try.
Right. The other thing is, Call Me Thick, and I've heard the name, but who is Katie Tunstall?
She's a popular singer.
Oh, is she? Oh.
Yeah, she was. I think she was born way after your time. How old are you now? 80? 82? She's younger than that.
No, I was 59 on Friday.
Last Friday.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm just adjusting my levels, Colin. Anyway, did you have a point to this phone call or not?
Well, I've had a radio presenter in my flat.
Who's that?
Justin Dealey.
Just in time?
No, Justin Dealey.
Okay.
He came round to do a thing for my local radio station on my fossils.
That's amazing. I thought you were going to say something else then, of great interest.
Well, should we go to the Science and Nature?
Nothing would thrill me more, Colin. Please do.
Right. We all know how debilitating Alzheimer's is.
Don't be bringing my show down now, Colin.
It's got nothing to do with your show.
Speaking to the mic, I can hear you.
I am.
Well, I couldn't hear you then.
Oh, I don't know why.
Go on.
Researchers have found an antibody which can stop Alzheimer's. It's only a very small study of about 165 people, but it stops the protein which coats the nerves in the brain from sticking to the nerves.
Right.
So, it could halt Alzheimer's and even get rid of it, possibly. But it can't repair any damage to the nerves.
Right, okay.
It's already been done. But that's really good news. And it comes not long, only a couple of months, I think, after they actually found the what causes Alzheimer's.
Right, okay.
Are
Are you in a wind tunnel, by the way? Or is it me?
No, it must be you.
Oh, thank you.
What do you mean? I mean, I can't hear anything. So,
Right. Well, you can't hear it the best of times, so that's not bloody use, is it?
Now.
Just saying.
Right. Next on the list of Science and Nature news, had to put one fossil in there, didn't I?
Put one fossil in where?
Into my report.
Oh, right, okay.
The headline is Wavy Greenland Rock Features of the Oldest Fossils. Something called a stromatolite, which is a build-up of bacterial algae, have been found a lot older, 3.7 billion years ago, as opposed to the oldest previously found, which were 2 billion years old.
There's a bit of a gap between 2 billion and 200, Colin, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, sorry, I was doing it from memory.
Right, it's fine.
And I got my words in a mucking puddle.
Carry on.
Next is yes, one from London, UCL. Smoking the equivalent of a single spliff of cannabis makes people less willing to work for money while they're high, finds a new study.
Right.
I'm not sure whether that's a good or bad thing.
So, are you admitting to smoking cannabis live on this show?
No, don't be stupid.
Are you sure?
I don't get paid anyway, do I? So it makes no difference.
Just do what I do and sit on the tram in Rochdale and you can't help but breathe it in.
Sorry?
Do what I do and sit on the tram in Rochdale and you can't help but breathe it in.
I bet. And finally, thunderstorms via the lightning strikes are spreading mercury pollution.
Right.
And of course, mercury is a cumulative poison which destroys the brain. Hence the saying, mad as a hatter.
I knew that.
Oh, did you?
I did know that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, cheeky blinker.
Well, not everybody might. We now know that the saying comes from around here. We have a lot of hat factories.
Right.
Luton, or did have.
Right, here's a question. Right, what hat would you wear?
I have several hats.
I could see you with a fedora.
No, I haven't got a fedora.
Oh, you surprised me. I'll be honest.
I've got a couple of flat caps, a couple of baseball caps.
You are you don't turn that. Go on.
Sorry, I missed that.
You don't turn the baseball cap backwards, do you, when you go downtown?
No, I do not.
Right.
Yes, so it was found through research that most of the why they say mad as a hatter is because in hat making they used to use a lot of mercury vapour, and of course people went doolally through breathing it in.
Right. Okay. No other mad disease then.
No.
It's very. Do you know what? I'm going to go in a sec because I need to fix my problems. You know, it's probably not safe if you're listening. By the way, you know, with small children, please move them away. Is my brother's just texted and said what Colin said is bollocks about weed. Not my words, the words of Glenn.
Oh well, maybe he should read the paper then.
I think he'd probably use the paper and roll it up into a massive spliff. But anyway.
That's like Glenn.
Right. I'll let you go now, Colin, while I try and fix my microphone, okay?
Okay, mate.
All right, then.
Good night, Penny.
Yeah, there you go.
Good night, Penny.
Good night.
There you go, you see. Cheers. Thanks, Colin. Right, Colin, as ever there with his Science and Nature report. I'm going to play a couple of songs now while I try and work out what the issue is with my microphone. You see, I'm learning by process of elimination. My microphone is the same, my mixer is the same, so it must be the software. Oh, hang on, we've got another caller. Give me a second. Hello, caller. Right, the sound might be bad because I've not fixed my microphone yet. Who's that and where are you calling from?
It's Richard.
Hello, Rich. Hello, I can hear you, Richard. How are you doing?
Thanks. Yeah, we were meant to be meeting tonight.
Well, don't be telling people what we were supposed to be doing. That was our secret, Richard.
Oh right, sorry, I've only just tuned in.
Oh right, okay. It's
the first time I've listened. Actually.
I thought you were going to say you were a long time listener, but first time caller.
Well, yeah, I need to say that to somebody. I haven't said that to anybody yet.
Well, let's pretend that we've not had this conversation and we'll do it again. Right, hang on. I'll fade you up, Richard. Give me a sec. And now we've got another call in line. Who's that and where are you calling from, please?
Hi, it's Richard. Last time, I got it wrong. I've never said it before, so I don't know how to say it, actually.
Right, I'll do it you, right? You say hello to me, yeah, and I'll do it.
Hello, we got a caller. Can you tell me who you are and where you're calling from?
Hi, it's Kyle. I'm from Rochdale in England, and I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller.
Yeah, you probably haven't called yourself before.
Oh, I frequently call myself, I'll be honest, Richard. Anyway, how can I help you? Are you ringing to refute Colin's weed story?
Well, I'm kind of, I was listening to the tail end of that, and I'm fairly, agnostic about, substances in general.
Right.
I mean, personally, I'm not interested in anything. I don't even drink or smoke. I've never even touched either stuff. It doesn't interest me whatsoever.
Well, as you know, Richard, you know that I rarely drink and I never smoke. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, okay. I'll erase the memories of our meeting then a few weeks ago.
Thank you. Anyway, how can I help you? We're here to help you.
Yeah, I mean, just check. Well, it's Penny there, by the way.
I am here, Richard. Yes.
Hi. Yeah.
Good evening. It sounds like you're phoning from the public house, like Mr. Caddick often does.
Well, see if you can guess what's the type of establishment I'm in at the moment.
A pub.
No, I don't go to pubs.
Oh no, he didn't go to pubs, does he?
Coffee shop.
No, I'm surprised because you can probably tell I'm in a public place.
I think you're at a train station.
I actually was about a minute ago.
What's this now? Is this like Where's Richard? Do you wear a stripy top and have to try and find you from somewhere?
And dodgy glasses.
Oh, I've never worn glasses.
It's the thing, we are learning so much about you, Richard.
Yeah, you'll be able to impersonate me and create a fake passport and things like that.
Well, I'm not. I was nearly said I'm not a terrorist, but then I have just said it, so it'll probably get picked up. What was going to say to you? Anyway, naked attraction. We were talking about naked attraction before. Have you seen this program, Richard?
No, I haven't.
Right. Well, basically, it's people, right, cavorting around with no clothes on in the nuddy.
That's a TV program, is it?
It's on channel 4, I believe, 11 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
All right. It sounds well. What have you been saying about it to now?
Honestly, do you know what? I didn't know where to put my face. I mean, I had a few ideas by the end of it, but it was shocking. It really was.
It leaves nothing to the imagination, does it?
You're right, Richard. Richard, just tell us where you are.
I'm on the 54 bus in South East London at the moment.
Oh well, I particularly enjoy bus rides in London.
Well, did you often partake in such things?
What in bus? Yeah, I did. I do like buses.
What do you say you like? Do you mean I don't know. He's told you my dark secret.
I tolerate them.
I did actually tweet it to her the other day.
Do you know what? Richard, it's really bad. I can hardly hear you.
Well, to be honest, I can hear everything you're saying.
You can what?
I can hear everything you're saying.
Well, I'm not saying anything bad about you.
Yeah, I mean, can you hear? Is it better now?
No, it's still quite muffled. Have you gone? Have I? Richard?
You've annoyed him.
Richard?
Maybe the number 54 bus has gone into a tunnel.
No, he's back. I can hear him.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Anyway, Richard, is there a point to this call? Or
does there have to be a point to the call?
Well, there doesn't have to be. You can talk about anything you want.
Yeah, well, I thought we spread that religion. We believe in radio that way. You don't have to have a point to.
No, that's very true. But I do occasionally play again. You're making that weird noise.
Which weird noise is that?
It's just kind of Penny. How would you describe it?
It's kind of like a weird wind baffling type of, as if he was stood on a train station platform with a high-speed express going past.
I'm on the top deck of a bus, so I don't know if that sort of would make that noise. Does it not sound like the top deck of a bus?
No.
Oh, right. Maybe I'll get off in a minute just to see if the sound changes.
Well, I was going to say, I will play a record, and then if you want to ring back,
yeah,
would that be all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Right, I'll try that then. Thanks, Richard. I'll speak to you in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's Richard there. I'm not quite sure what Richard's point was. Not that he needs to have one penny.
But we know he's on the number 54 bus.
We do
so
know
someone could go and find him now on the number 54 bus.
If you know of where Richard is, then please feel free to go and find him. And, I've just managed to hit a button. There you go. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll play a bit of music then. So, Carl and Penny on Reclaimed Radio. So that was Prince there and Cream. We are still trying to sort out our minor sound issues. Kyle with you alongside Penny. Hello, Penny.
Good evening again.
Hello. I'm not sure we ever did discover where Richard was, did we, by the way?
Well, it was the number 54 bus. Where that goes, I've no idea.
Well, I thought you would have researched that with your extensive knowledge of London travel.
I used to work on the trains and the tubes, you see, not the buses. There's a difference.
Fair enough. Don't forget, if you'd like to ring us, it's 0161... Sorry, I'm just trying to make one more change. 01618182627. As said, this is very much a trial and test-out show. And also, if people are getting in contact with us that way, or Facebook and Twitter, how do they do that, Penny?
Well, they can also find us in the Skype directory where we are Reclaimed Radio. On Facebook, you can find our Facebook page, which is also Reclaimed Radio. And then to keep you on your toes, on Twitter, we are Reclaimed Radio 1.
There you go then. See, a plethora of ways to get in touch with us. So we were talking then. Did we mention it? Oh, Richard's back, by the way.
Now, I've discovered where the 54 bus goes now.
Right, hang on. Right, before he answers, right, where is it? Quickly, go on.
It goes from Elmer's End Interchange to Plumstead Road.
Plumstead, okay.
Or Plumstead, should I say.
Hello, Richard. Can you hear us now?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Are you on your way to Plumstead Road?
I'm going to get off in a minute. I was going to try and phone you when... I was hoping that those two records would have ended by the time I got off, but I decided to not get off where I am at the moment because there's no other buses to change onto. So I'm basically going to go to some... First of all, is my... do I sound any better this time?
You sound slightly clearer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I'm going to get off near the home of a radio celebrity because at that location there are a lot more buses.
Which radio celebrity?
Well, you know I'm on the 54 bus now.
Yeah.
Can you work it out from that?
Do you know
it goes to Plumstead.
Yeah.
Where does it stop along the way?
I'm looking here at the thing. Woolwich Arsenal, Blackheath, Lewisham, Beckenham Hill.
You jumped it there.
Oh, Catford. Catford. You talk about Gatford, are you?
Yeah.
Gatford.
I don't actually know where he... Yeah, he's we all know he's a legend of talk radio, or speech-based radio in general.
Just go around and knock on every door, and eventually, by the law of averages, you will find Gatford.
But you'll probably see him limping along at the moment because I think his foot's still all bandaged up, isn't it?
Yes.
Would he have been able enough to meet up tonight if that meeting was still on?
I suspect not. I'm not allowing any further discussion of tonight's planned events.
Oh right, okay. I wasn't sure if there was any protocol about that.
No, that's just a banned subject. So anyway, Richard.
Okay.
So the game is right. You can give us a topic to talk about, or we will seek your opinion on something.
Okay. Well, first of all, can I just? This may be a topic. I just heard Penny say that she worked on the trains and tubes in London in the past.
I did, that's right.
Can you be more specific than that?
Do you want my full CV at this point, Richard?
Well, the thing is, I'm sort of in that business right now. I don't know, depending on what you meant by that, because I'm a transport planner by trade.
So we can blame you for these problems in central London, can we?
Well, the thing is, unless you are a politician or basically very high up in anything. I mean, the actual planners themselves, like people like me, foot soldiers, we don't actually have much say in anything. How it basically works is a politician, say Boris Johnson or whoever, decides he wants to do something, and it's up to us guys to prove that it's worth doing, even if it isn't worth doing. That's basically what our job is. It's not the most ethical job, to be honest. I mean, it's a bit of I was very disappointed when I found out the truth, but I'd already been trained in that field, so I continue to be unethical.
Unethical. That's shocking. If you had any morals about you, you would resign forthwith, and any rights to pension, surely.
Well,
that's what a decent, honourable man would do, Richard. Yeah. Are you saying you're not a decent, honourable man? I think you're avoiding the question.
Well, when I look at what other things I could be doing,
yeah,
I realise this is probably no worse than any other job I could be doing. And probably other jobs I could be doing maybe could be even, I mean, I'm just collecting the coin, basically. I'm just doing it for the coin now. I'm not doing it for ethics anymore. No. I mean, that was my original idea was to change the world, make transport a better place. That's why I got into the job in the first place. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to change things for the better. That was my ambition. But to be honest, I mean, I'm basically implementing other people's ideas. I mean, the way I look at it is if somebody else was doing it, they would probably have even less ethics than me. So they would probably do things that I would.
So what, Richard? What exactly? What ethically do you have an issue with about it?
Well, let's. I mean, for example, there may. I mean, I work on all kinds of transport schemes, mainly road schemes, as it turns out. I originally got into it because I had some kind of crusade to cut car traffic when I was a kid. I was very I still am to an extent into green things. So I was
Richard, what is that noise?
That's like a canary.
That's the door of the bus.
I thought you'd walked into an aviary.
I'm about to go off now, so it should get a lot better.
Okay.
And I'll
oil
get
the
on
door
the
of
next
that
one
bus.
until we're done.
Okay. Right. So go on then. So you wanted to reduce the traffic.
Yeah, reduce traffic congestion, reduce pollution, all that stuff. And most of what I do is actually probably. I mean, the net sum of my career has probably been to worsen those things because I've helped road schemes go through that I probably would have been against if it was up to me personally.
But do you not think it is worth, if you are unhappy in that position, do you not think for your own mindset it is worth just calling it a day and, I don't know, retraining as a teacher or something something that you would get real satisfaction out by, because we're only here for such a short time?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really think about the actual end product anymore, because the actual work I actually do from day to day is actually more about programming, Excel, macros, that sort of thing. That's kind of, I actually think of it more of a technical computer job now, rather than and that's an analytical job rather than a change the world job. And that's the sort of thing I'm good at, relatively speaking. So it's paid. I've done okay out of it for the last 20 years. I'm sort of semi-retired now in a way. I'm doing what somebody that we know has said he wanted to do a lot.
Yeah.
And he says it's impossible. And I've sort of done it, or sort of in the process of doing it. I don't know if I've been cryptic enough there.
I think I understand. Richard, I am going to have to move on for this evening, but will you ring back next week if I ever get my microphone sorted out?
All right. Well, I didn't get to hear what job Penny did.
I was a lowly customer services advisor for Virgin Trains. I was based at Euston.
Oh well. So you're a very you're in sort of, well, a people person, I should say.
As a people person, I even got to sell a train ticket to Stuart McConey once.
Oh, so you're actually behind the barriers. Was that were you actually in person, or was that over the phone?
In person.
Oh right, so you get a lot. You must have had a lot of abuse then from irate customers.
Not that much. It wasn't too bad. Not too bad. But that's another story. It's a long story all about my career as a train person. So
okay,
we'll save that for next week.
Yeah, might as well. I can't wait till next week now. It's going to be a good show next week.
Thank you very much, Richard. I shall put details on the website, or our social media team will do later this week for you.
Okay, I'll make sure. First of all, do I sound better now? Because I'm just.
You sound clearer, which is unfortunate, as I'm about to go and play record.
Okay. Well, I know for next week.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Just give us a shout at any point, and anything you want to talk about, that's absolutely fine.
Okay, I'll let you complete your excellent show.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Richard. I hope you liked it. Cheers for calling.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, bye. Labby Sifri there with It Must Be Live, the original version from about 1972, I believe, Penny.
I think that's right. It's either 72 or 73, isn't it?
Yes, I thought it was 72, but I'm willing to be corrected.
You're probably right.
I think not. We have a call on the line. Hello, caller, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello, Carl. Hello, Penny. Yes, I can hear you both.
Hello, Fern.
Hello, this is Fern calling from Manchester.
Manchester.
Is that right, Carl? Have I done that right?
It is Manchester. So there are a couple of things we were going to ask you. Well, I don't know. Did you have a question for the show, by the way, or?
Well, I wanted to comment on Colin, but go for it if you have a question.
No, you can talk freely about it. Well, I was just going to ask you about your rat problem.
Oh.
Because you were talking about the rats last week, and I was suggesting that you
talking about a hole.
Very true, very true. You thought? Did you not?
What it was.
Did you not think it was rats?
I thought by the size of it that was a likely candidate. However, it wasn't particularly ratty looking. There weren't any spoil heaps and so forth. So I was hoping for an overweight vole, but alas, there was a sighting. We got a positive ID. Rattus nor regicus.
So have you decided to take my advice and get an air rifle and take pot shots at them?
Well, I was also offered advice by another listener who's in America called Al. I hope he's listening. Hello, Al. He was suggesting I use petrol, and he was suggesting making some kind of explosives to put down the hole. It does lead under where I live, so if that sorted out that problem, it might also cause other problems for me.
I would stay away from the petrol route, but that's just me.
Sounds dangerous, then.
Yeah, exactly. So I've gone with a bit more classical route. I've got some bait which they would find yummy and take back to their nest and very slowly bleed to death horrifically, but all together.
Do you know what you need to do?
Go on.
Put a 3-course dinner down, because rats cannot resist a 3-course dinner. I mean,
if it's in their path, they get suspicious. If something's in their path, it takes them about a week to trust any new object.
What? Is that true?
Yeah, unless it's in just a general bin area, as junk. But, yeah, what I've been reading about this sort of subspecies is that, they're very suspicious. So you can't put things in their normal path. You've got to put things nearby and give them time before disturbing it to check the bait, or they just won't touch it.
All right.
Sounds like you've done a lot of research on rats, then.
Oh, well, yeah. Once there was a positive sighting, I went for it. I went for my literature. Up-to-date literature.
Do you know, I don't know what to say. Were you challenging Colin as well about something?
Well, first of all, I love Colin's sort of scientific insight.
Why was Colin probing into women's areas? Not in that way.
Now, that was what I was thinking to Colin about, because, I think, like Penny mentioned, I think it's more that these problems are being talked about more and products are being created for these problems. I think that women have always had that problem from certain age groups, or after certain things have happened to them, they would have that problem, but it's not been talked about so much,
Well, it's not being talked about in my house, put it that way.
But yeah, like your friend said, why doesn't Colin kind of switch off the TV if he's seeing so many of these adverts? Because I can only imagine he's glued to the box. There's loads of them.
Oh, do you know, there's so many jokes I could make there, Fern, but I won't do.
Well, does he prefer what season of adverts? Because my partner mentioned that I should ask Colin what season of adverts he prefers from the usual ones. Apparently, they are toys, holidays, lawnmowers, and tampons.
You see, what it seems like your partner there is describing the prize round on an edition of Bullseye. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, Bullseye.
Just add in a speedboat and then you're there.
You need a speedboat for someone who lives in a block of flats in the middle of the country.
Super great, lovely. Where are you from? Burnley. Brilliant. Well, you'll love that, won't you? You really will. You'll get a lot of value out of it.
Well, nowadays, eBay, maybe they could. But back then, where would they put it? Just in their living room?
Well, yeah. I mean, you would sit in it and admire it, wouldn't you? You'd admire the view out the window, one would imagine.
You could then have a themed dining area, couldn't you?
What, like a chandler's shop?
I've seen a speedboat turned into a bar somewhere, though.
Well, two things there. A chandler's shop. There you go. I've taught you something there, Fern. A chandler's shop.
I always learn something listening to your show, Carl.
Well, I'm not sure it's always for the best. Penny, a chandler. Are you Googling?
Oh, I know what a chandler is. They sell all the rope and everything, don't
there
they?
You go. Chandler's shop.
But a boat selling a boat bar. Is that what you said, Penny?
Yeah, no, I've seen somewhere, I'm sure I've seen it on the internet, a picture of someone where they'd taken a speedboat and turned it into a tacky 80s style bar in the corner of their living room. I'm sure I've seen that somewhere.
Oh my word, there you go. Maybe it was a bullseye contestant.
Well, I was wondering that now.
Do you know what? It's a little known fact that 89% of all speedboats owned in this country were actually won on editions of Bullseye. Sad but true. It's true that.
You've made that up, but it sounds right.
No. I wouldn't make things up on this show. Anyway, Fern, right, what about naked celebrity, naked attraction? Because I will be honest with you, Richard didn't seem keen to discuss that. Bizarrely, he was more concerned with where Penny used to work.
Yeah, I mean, ethics. I mean, with ethics, if you've got to stick with what you first trained in, I'd be in atomic weapons right now, which, so that would be more, something I was questioning him about. But naked.
Well, I'll tell you what though, if you'd gone into atomic weaponry, then surely you would be sorting your rat problem out.
There you go. I didn't think it through at the time, did I?
See?
I deviated too far. Trying to help people. And...
Up there for thinking, down there for dancing.
Dancing?
You must have heard that phrase.
Down there for dancing?
Up there for thinking, down there for dancing.
Oh. That's just in the north is like full of intellectual heavyweights, and the south is just for partiers.
Well, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. It's full of lushes from what I've seen.
Lushes.
Yeah.
Lushes. Like the shop.
No, not the bath
one
bomb.
In Manchester.
Not the bath bomb provider. No, I know there's one in Manchester. You can smell it a mile away where you're going to next.
This one, yeah.
Other clothing stores are available. No, there was Naked Attraction, which was a program, Fern, and I will be honest with you, I was disgusted for the whole 60 minutes it was on. And
what was the premise? The
premise of the show. Well, Penny, I'll let Penny explain it because she's probably far more versed in this than me.
What are you trying to say? The whole idea, Fern, is that people should actually look at other people's bodies before deciding whether or not they fancy them. So they strip it right down, literally, and they have 5 or 6 contestants stood in boxes, and then various parts of their body are revealed to someone who is like the picker.
Oh.
And they are completely starkers.
And the various parts of the body that were revealed bit by bit, were they all the rude bits? Or did they go for something like
the small bit of research I did, and I purely watched this morning, purely for the research for tonight's show, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It was a woman choosing a bloke, and they concentrated on the penis first.
Did you... Sorry, Fern. So you watched... So the one that I would have seen last week...
Yes.
Right. No, yeah, because I'm quite open-minded about these sort of things, as, But she was quite a bonny lass. She was quite attractive.
Wasn't bad at all, yeah.
She was quite attractive. And but who was that bloke who had like a massive wanger? What was all that about? She turned him down. Honestly, Fern.
I didn't stay and watch all of it.
Fern, it's like it's a weird version of Blind Date. It really is.
Well, for some people, though, I think that would be more important rather than sort of finding out what people like and, if they're clever and what their interests are and all that. Some people would just want to straight away see the rude bits. And so that show, and going on that show, would probably suit those types.
But surely that's fine if you just want the bedroom action.
Yeah,
if that's
exactly.
all you're choosing a partner for is bedroom action, then fine. But surely everything else counts.
Can I just check, when you say bedroom action, I presume you don't mean painting the walls?
No.
Putting some new wallpaper up? I'm just checking, because that's normally what I do in my bedroom.
What you do in your bedroom's up to you, Carl.
Oh, yes, certainly. Can I mention a show that you just reminded me of?
You can talk about anything you want, Fern.
Right. Well, before I moved here, I had like normal Wi-Fi, so I could watch things on catch up and stuff. And I saw this program which had been broadcast on Channel 4, and it was about decluttering the home. It was about these people had to get rid of everything they owned. Everything they owned went into a skip, and then they went without for a few days, and then bit by bit each night they could go and get one item from the skip, so they could be less materialistic and see what they missed and sort of work it out and find themselves kind of thing, which seems like a nice, interesting project. But they also had to get rid of all their clothes. Now, is that not just a bit far?
Well, there was a report last week, I don't think I got around to mention it on the show, about how many things are actually like how many pairs of shoes people own that are never used, how many items of clothing people have that never wear.
Yes,
and
of course, yeah. For that reason, I thought I'll look up the show. And then I realised none of them had clothes. They had to get rid of their clothes. And even if they had housemates, even of the opposite sex, they had to strip in front of each other. And then when they went to get their first item back, they had to go through the streets completely naked.
Do you know what, Fern? Fern,
to get to the skip.
Fern, I'll be honest. Fern, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you, Fern. It reminds me very much of a party I went to in East London some years back. It really, and do you know what? I never got that car back either. Never did.
Oh.
So yeah.
Was Colin there?
Not in person. He was probably peeping somewhere, wasn't he?
Comfortable.
Was buffing his fossil. What a beautiful image. I feel sick now.
Yeah. You're not having your tea now, are you? You've had your jacket spuds already.
I've well remembered it. I've eaten my jacket potatoes with cheese, and it was very nice. Here.
When you said, "Oh, have you ever made such a nice meal you've not wanted to eat it?"
Yeah.
I was envisioning you opening a tin of Spam and just not being able to eat it. It was so beautiful in your eyes, and I was thinking, Kyle, you need to get your head into.
Well, let me just stop you there, Fern, my girl, because as regular listeners of this show, and there are some, believe it or not, you know, there is not a tin of Spam I won't eat. I had some the other week on sandwiches, and it was bloody gorgeous.
Have you tried Spam? What are these Spam fritters? Yeah, not fritters, Spam chips.
No.
Because that's the one I read about recently, is basically taking a tin of Spam, chopping it up into like chip-shaped rods, whatever you call them, and then frying them up, and like chips made of Spam.
Gosh.
Oh, there you go. Oh, well, you wouldn't eat that, would you? Because you're a vegetarian. Well, I would eat it.
No, I wouldn't. No,
I would.
I'd be interested to see what meat eaters thought of it.
Well, I shall certainly try and fry up some Spam.
You can deep fry it. You'd love that.
Battered Spam. I'd love a bit of battered Spam. Anyway.
Up your alleyway.
Well, there's no need to be mucky, is there? Is there anything else, Fern?
I believe that is everything.
Thank you very much for the call.
And thank you for doing a nice show. Goodbye to you and Penny.
Bye, Fern.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. See you later, Fern. Bye. Right, so we shall get on Reclaim Radio with Carl and Penny and a bit of the Doors. The Doors, though, with Light My Fire. I did like the extended, well, it was the full version, the 7-minute version, Penny. Did you notice that?
I had noticed. It was long enough to refill my cup of tea.
Well, you see, that was good. I may have gone and partook in some fresh air. Hence, I missed our next caller. Caller, can you hear me?
You were out smoking, weren't you?
No, I don't. As we've discussed many times for health reasons. No, I don't smoke for many reasons.
What reasons are those?
Health.
Health, yeah. What, getting bad health?
Yeah. What was?
Go on.
Go on. So, well, I believe I'm talking to Gary from RadioSoundsFamiliar.com.
Yeah, that's correct.
I've got your plug-in, and also I've noticed it's 29 minutes past. So in a minute, I think we get to hear your clock.
Yes, you probably will. It's really a bit slow, so you will hear it. You'll hear one dong.
Oh.
You'll hear one dong, yeah.
I believe, well, as you know, I'm a big lover of the dong, so, you know.
I've heard through the grapevine.
What was Colin on about before, about women's sanitary products?
I sort of turned off a bit at that point. I switched on again on the Alzheimer's cure, which I'd heard about a couple of weeks ago, I think, on the news. It's one of those Daily Express things, isn't it? You never know whether to believe it or not.
Well, it's all rubbish, all the stuff they're printing there.
I'm going to say that Doors track goes on for about 7 minutes. What, isn't it one of the longest singles, isn't it, that Doors track? It's about 7 minutes long, isn't it? I think I've got it on the single, and all the grooves are really, really close together. I
think Hey Jude probably just pips
it. Hey Jude's quite a long one as well, you're right, yeah.
I like that. I like it with Thumbs Aloft Macca. Well, he's always doing that. Anyway, Gary, we could talk about Hey Jude all night. But what would you like to talk about?
Well, let's talk about the reboot of these BBC comedies.
Oh,
there's the dong. There you go. You got your dong for nothing.
Thank
you.
There
you go. Time's up. So what did you think of... I've seen 3 so far. I've seen I Being Served, Porridge, and I saw Till Death Do Us Part last night.
Oh, no.
All different approaches to the Death Do Us Part was slightly different as much as it was an original script of a lost episode.
Right, no. I was going to say... sorry, you just threw me off then. I got a message. I saw the first 2 on Sunday. I didn't realise that was on last night, actually.
Neither did I.
I think they're doing 4 actually, or they might be doing 3 because I think there's another program just afterwards, which was about 3 minutes long, which was discussing the merits of Alf Garnett. It was sort of a mini documentary which was on afterwards, but I think they're doing another 2 reboots. But they have found some, haven't they? They've actually found some original episodes of Till Death Do Us Part. I think some Australian TV station had some film recordings of it, and I think they've gone to the BFI.
I did see that. The ones, well, also don't forget, at 9 o'clock tonight, after you finish listening to this great show, it is Goodnight Sweetheart, which is...
shan't be watching that. I know that... Go on.
It's a continuation, isn't it? So that's a different approach again.
Yeah,
but
I don't
the original cast, though, that?
Nicholas Lyndhurst in it. I don't like him.
Why don't you like him?
I just don't like him. I just don't know what it is about him. I just don't like him. But I never watched it anyway. And they're also they're doing the Hyacinth thing, aren't they?
Yes, which
apparently she's not very pleased about.
She's quite vexed about it. But it's Roy Clark, and I can't believe it. I like Roy Clark. Well, I've never met the man, but he managed to get a career, a pension out of Last of the Summer Wine, and he's now gone back to Open All Hours, and it's just like, will the man never go? Why does he keep churning out these things that are not even funny?
The BBC keep paying him. Actually, as you speak, on yesterday, the TV channel, Keeping Up Appearances has just started. It repeats of, which we've seen 1,000 times.
Isn't that the channel where you watch all your Hitler stuff?
Hitler stuff's on there, yeah, that's right. World at War. All
Hitler
that sort of
and
stuff.
Hyacinth Bouquet is a strange combination.
It is a strange combination, you're right. But somehow they go together.
It's very weird. Can I just say, Penny, your audio quality has really dropped off.
Has it?
Yeah.
It sounds okay to me.
No, it's I can tell. It's like really weird. Anyway, Gary, you sound absolutely perfect. So what was your view on these classic takes on sitcoms?
Well, I suppose the Porridge one was fairly good in terms of content. I Being Served, yes. Obviously, 3 too many pussy gags. We should have only had 1 per show, but we got 3. We got 4 in succession, very close succession as well. I don't think those 2 shows were shot in front of a studio audience. I don't think so. I might be corrected on that, but certainly the laughter was enhanced heavily. The Are You Being Served was interesting. Sorry, the Till Death Do Us Part was interesting because that was shot in front of a studio audience and they didn't tinker with the laughter. Hence there wasn't too much of it. And they did the old Mrs. Brown trick, of starting off showing the wide shot of the audience and the cameras, and the stage was very theatrical in as much as it was quite minimalist. So they had a phone box outside. They had 2 sets. They had a phone box outside, and they had the interior of the house, which didn't actually reflect the original house at all. And that's can you hear that? That's my weather forecast thing that's saying there's going to be some rain coming soon. I didn't hear it.
I couldn't hear that.
I couldn't hear it. It's on my phone. And the phone box, they cut a slice out the front so you could see the person going in. It was all fairly obvious. But the funny thing was, Johnny Spate, obviously a great writer, and he was very talented. And this character he created, the Warren Mitchell character, Alf Garnett. What I missed very much was Dandy Nichols and Warren Mitchell playing those parts, because clearly they brought a hell of a lot to the role with the script. The people that played, I can't remember the guy who played the role of just asking Steve. Yeah, no, who played the role last night, and I don't know his name. He's the guy from the Fast Show, anyway.
Oh, Simon Day.
Simon Day, yeah. He did a good impersonation of Warren Mitchell, but and the Dandy Nichols character wasn't anywhere near as good. So I mean, it's an exercise, I suppose. But I think on that one, 10 out of 10 for trying, 5 out of 10 for achievement. So there you go.
I thought when I was watching the Are You Being Served, I wasn't particularly gripped by it, which is amazing because they've got a really good cast. John Challis, who was Captain Peacock, I thought was okay, but the cast they had compared with it was just very strange. And Porridge, I just thought was awful until the very end.
What do you mean till the very? Which bit at the end then tickled your fancy?
I liked the bit with the old fella.
Oh, when he reflected on he knew his granddad.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I suppose they had to tie that in, yeah. But, I mean, as you said, they're probably looking at some of these to make them into a series.
Well, I think Prisoner and Escort was Porridge, wasn't it? That was
that was a play for today, wasn't it? But Prisoner and Escort and Open All Hours were both on the same 6 plays originally. And those two were commissioned. I think they were all with Ronnie Barker. Ronnie Barker did 6 plays, and those two were commissioned.
Was it not the 7 Faces of Ronnie Barker?
I don't think it was that series. I think it was a comedy playhouse thing. The 7 Faces of Ronnie Barker's another series. You might be wrong. I might be wrong.
No, well, he did. He got Clarence out of that one, didn't he?
Clarence, which wasn't very good.
That was very poor.
I think Steve's found a spider. There's a big spider floating around the house at the moment. No, there is a big spider floating around the house at the moment. I'm just a bit worried where it is.
Does he want to borrow Glenn's spider catcher?
I've got a spider catcher, but I'm not allowed to use it. It's a bit cruel.
Why?
Well, it's not cruel, but it can injure them. I don't want to injure the poor little things. They don't. I just don't like them. But there's a great big one that's behind the television. It's huge.
Do you know what
Is it hurting you?
It won't hurt me.
So leave it alone.
I know. I'm leaving it alone, Penny. I'm leaving it alone. As long as it doesn't come near me, I'm fine. I'm always scared of things that stand still for long periods of time and then move very quickly.
Why don't you get Steve and the spider catcher? Why don't you capture the spider? Because if it's like Glenn's, it's got like a perspex see-through.
It's like a pyramid affair at the end of her, and you slide the door to keep it shut in within the perspex pyramid.
Why don't you actually get the spider to sit there? Why don't you make it when you've captured it? Make it watch an entire episode of keeping up appearances.
That would be very cruel.
That would be awful.
That would be crueler than killing it, I think, to be honest with you.
I like the fact I can hear you. Is Steve doing the washing up in the background?
He's in the kitchen doing he's moving some plates about, yeah.
It's very, very good audio.
There you go.
Very good audio. So, was there anything that you wanted to discuss with Penny, or did you want to discuss Naked Attraction, by the way?
No, I've seen the trailers for it. It has no appeal to me whatsoever. It's a cheap shot, isn't it, really, let's be honest. It's just... it just gets viewers.
Some people
exploitation.
Some people would say it's exploitative and tacky, and obviously I'm firmly in that camp. But as I say, for about 60 minutes, it held my attention. I won't lie to you.
You watched the whole thing. Are you glued to the series? You got it on Series Link.
You seem to know when the next episode was on, so
yeah. There you go.
I may have series linked it on my generic hard drive recorder.
Are you going to keep the episodes?
For what purpose? What are you insinuating?
Just to watch them again if they were particularly exciting.
Oh, I think. Do you know what? I think this is going down a very dark route. And I'm not happy.
Do you think so?
In terms of the upcoming comedies, by the way, there is one more we didn't mention, which is the Hancock one.
Oh yeah.
Which will be quite interesting. I've listened to the audio recreations of those with Kevin McNally. And they're brilliant. They're really good.
BBC Enterprise, BBC Worldwide have commissioned some cartoonists or animators to animate some lost episodes of Hancock, which they've got on audio, television episodes they've got on audio. Someone has recorded it on their quarter-inch machine in the 60s, and they're going to effectively animate it. And they're going to do that. So I don't know when that's going to be broadcast or whether it's going to be available to buy.
I did not know that.
That's going to be happening.
Well, surely.
They're doing it with Doctor Who, haven't they, as well?
There are several Doctor Who stories which have animated episodes in them. And they're all right. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good.
It's such a shame, though, that we haven't got the originals. It's a real lack of foresight on the broadcaster's part to wipe these things. But I suppose hindsight's a great thing, isn't it?
Well, and videotape wasn't cheap, as I'm sure you know.
No, I used to bulk erase programs. I remember doing it.
Oh,
2-inch tapes. I know.
You're
Things like
joking.
Call My Bluff, for example. I remember bulk erasing those.
Do you realise that Doctor Who fans, if there's even I could post that on the internet, and within 20 minutes there'd be people with pitchforks outside your front door.
Well, thank God they don't know where I live.
Well, I shall announce that now. I believe the address is. I don't know actually.
You've been here.
What? Do you know what edit with people dropping me in it? Apparently, I'm supposed to meet Richard somewhere. I've been to Gary's house, and
The truth's coming out tonight, Kyle, isn't it?
It's all men. Have you noticed it? It's all men.
Yeah.
We draw whatever conclusion you want, then.
Well, do you know what? My life is open, mate. So if people want to think whatever they can,
it's like an open, dirty mag.
Sure, shoved in a bush somewhere, which would be the name of my autobiography.
Shoved in a bush somewhere.
Shoved in a bush somewhere.
No, I like the sound of that. That sounds like a good autobiography.
Like
yeah,
a
definitely.
dirty old magazine.
Very good.
That's true.
So I should look forward to your autobiography. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's fun. I've got a chapter on you.
I hope so.
With pictures and everything.
Pictures? I haven't got any pictures of me.
Little pop. Well, you say that, but you know those telephoto lenses. It's amazing what you can do with them.
You can do a lot with those. That's
Yeah.
true. Or telescope with a camera at the end of it. That's true.
Yeah, that's me. I've been living behind you for about 3 years. Can't believe you've not noticed me.
Oh, it's you, is it?
Yeah,
I wonder who that was. And you with the phone calls?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bill Oddie. B Oddie.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny about a body?
It's body.
Anyway, we shall let you go, but thank you very much indeed.
Okay,
enjoy Good Night. Well, enjoy Hyacinth if you're not watching Good Night,
I'm not
Sweetheart.
watching that. I'm not going to watch it either.
Oh.
No, I should be watching the usual Friday night fare. I watched the last coach trip. I'm watching that at the moment.
Oh, I used to like that.
It's the coach trip with all these kids on it. It's the last episode tonight, and I should be watching Benders, of course.
What's Benders?
EastEnders.
Oh, why do you call it Benders?
It's just the name. It's just a name.
Is this some homoxual joke?
I wouldn't know. It's just stuck, you know.
I did notice that the actor who played Crush took his shirt off the other day. Well, I noticed it.
He does it all the time.
He's
can't wait to show it off.
He's like the new Christian in a way, isn't he?
He is.
But anyway.
And that's what they're complaining, aren't they, on EastEnders? What's the latest complaint? You know, I know. Two complaints about soaps this week.
Well, I know I can do one if you do want to do the one I know is
the Coronation Street one.
The Kunta Kinte.
The Kunta Kinte, yeah. Roots like Kunta Kinte, which was ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, which wasn't at all racist, at all. And the EastEnders is the incest.
Oh, I didn't know people have been complaining about that.
Yeah, they're complaining about that already. Quit hot off the mark, EastEnders reviewers. They don't muck about.
No. Didn't they once... there was that baby story, Ronnie Mitchell. Do you remember that? And I think they changed that, didn't they? Or they said they changed it because of complaints from the media.
No, I didn't. Perhaps it was before I started watching. I'm fairly
No, they
recent.
did change something. I can't remember what the storyline was, but someone was snatching someone's baby, weren't they, or something, and they changed it based on... Wasn't on Madeleine McCann or anything
Had it
like that.
happened in real life or something?
I don't know. I think it was I think it was just poor taste. And then they said they were bringing the storyline to a swift conclusion. It was when Kat's baby got swapped with Ronnie's because Ronnie's had died. There you go.
Oh, I see. They are getting rid of some characters, aren't they? They're having a bit of a cull, I think.
Oh, right. Who's going? Tell us the inside.
Ronnie's going, isn't she?
Is she?
And the other one, I don't know the character, the other Mitchell, who she hangs around with a lot.
Roxy.
Yeah, she's going. And I've got a funny feeling that the way things are going, that it's not looking too good for what's the ginger haired boy.
Oh, Jay, do you know? I thought Jay was going to bite the bullet because the way he seems to be descending rapidly.
Well, he's acting. He's not doing much acting at the moment, is he? He's sort of sitting on park benches and looking sad for himself.
Well, we've all been there, Gary. Let's be honest.
We have all been there. We haven't. We have. We've recovered. We've pulled ourselves back together.
Do you know what? Do you know what we've done?
What?
We've bounced back.
We're bouncing back.
Soon to be. It's like word porridge. Anyway, I'm sorry, Penny. Have you got a question for young Gary?
No, well, I was going to talk to him about Are You Being Served and whether or not... Have you ever watched Bad Education, Gary?
No, it's got Jack Whitehall in it, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Yeah, I hate him.
No, you see, can I just pause,
He's
Penny?
a public school boy, that's all. Had a privileged upbringing.
Can I just pause you both?
Yeah.
Because at some point, Charlie will listen to this back, and she has got the biggest crush ever on Jack Whitehall.
No, dear. Well, she's welcome to him.
Yeah, right. Anyway, please.
See, he looks like my brother-in-law, Jack Whitehall. But
That's a bit weird.
That's another story.
I just don't think
Matthew
he's funny.
Vaughan's character
Right.
in Are You Being Served? It was just a complete copy of his character in Bad Education, but just dressed in the 1980s.
Oh, okay.
That was my thought. Anyway, as soon as he came on, I was like, oh, it's the same character.
Oh, he played Mr. Grace's grandson, did he? Is that the
That's
idea?
right, yeah. He was the young
grandson,
Mr. Grace, and in Bad Education, he is the head teacher. So again, it's kind of like someone young for the role, put in a position of authority that they aren't really qualified for, or don't really care about that much.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a very, very similar character, I thought.
Do you think he's a funny character?
No, personally,
No.
It just winds me up. But there you go.
I thought he was generally quite because it was like half the Catherine Tate cast, wasn't it? Seemed to be in it. It was an amazing cast.
It was a good cast, yeah. I mean, Sherry Houston did play a very good Mrs. Slocum, I must admit.
She was good, but I've always thought she's good, actually.
She's very. I met her many years ago. I was in Richmond, and a load of us were going out to a restaurant, and we walked in. It was booked. It was a new restaurant. We walked in there, and lo and behold, it was her restaurant, and she was there, and she was greeted us at the door. She just started it, and we had a great night. She was very chatty. Came and sat with us, had a long chat about her career. And she even gave me her card and said, "Oh, you can do my show reel for me if you want."
Oh,
there you go.
Get you, Rich.
And the restaurant wasn't licensed at the time, but she said, "Do you want some wine?" And she nipped downstairs and she kept bringing up bottles of wine and she was necking it as well. We all got very tipsy.
That sounds like a good night out.
It was a good night. I just remembered that. Yeah.
See, I like.
We walked in. We all walked in, and I said to Steve, we looked at her, and I said to Steve, she said, "It is, isn't it?" And she said, "Yes, it is." This is I'm going back about 10, 12 years ago at least. The restaurant is no longer, well, at least she no longer owns the restaurant. And there's a big picture on the wall of her in a big gown. Massive picture.
How bizarre. I was going to say, I don't mind Sherry Houston, but I'll tell you what, Gary, she's no Una Stubbs.
No, she's not, I'm sure. In every respect, I'm sure.
Yes, very, very true. Did that answer your question, Penny?
It does, yes.
I feel like I've made you into a competition winner now. Do you want to ask the nice man a question?
Yeah, ask the nice man a question and give you some sweeties.
I think some of the BBC got shut down for that, didn't they?
Yeah, you're heading that way with that, yep.
Yeah. Right, on that note, I shall go, but thank you very much, Gary.
Okay, then, we'll speak to you soon.
All right, cheers.
Bye, Gary. Bye.
So there you go, then. That was interesting about Sherry Houston, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yeah.
I'm just looking at what else. We've only got about 11 minutes of the show to do. Can you believe it?
It's gone fast, hasn't it?
I've noticed my phone keep flashing with social media alerts. Is there anything interesting?
Well, there was someone was pointing out, my friend Tall Rich was pointing out that when he heard Gary's clock, weren't we just talking about loving the dong with the naked attraction conversation?
Well, we were, like I said, a lot of people listen to this who've known me for a long time, and if people want to draw their own conclusions, they can.
The thing is, I know Rich, and I don't think he's ever met you before, so he's drawing his own conclusions very quickly.
I think there was an old story. My nan, well, God rest her soul, but my nan used to talk about Cyril Smith, and I said, "Did you ever have any suspicions about Cyril?" And she went, "No, he never married though, did he?" And I think I'm at the time I was 40, and I've never married, Nan. Thanks for that.
And also, good old Richard, who you spoke to from the number 54 bus.
Oh yeah,
he's now curious about the naked TV show. He says.
Oh, give me 1 second, by the way. Give me 1 second. We have another caller. I'm just going to put her straight on because I believe she knows not to F and Jeff, but she might turn her radio down if I ask her nicely.
I am disappearing.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello, Andrea. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Did you think you could get away with 2 hours and not hear from me?
No, I didn't think that, but you are, of course, back next week. We were just talking about social media and the like. So, and also, I've just received a text which I believe will be abusive from my friend Paul about give me. Oh no! Do you know what? He said something lovely, which might give away where I work. He said, "I'm married to the service." So there you go. You see.
Well,
there you go. Anyway, how can we help you, myself and
I
Penny,
just
this
thought
fine
I'd
evening?
pop up and say hello.
Is the sound
Hello,
alright for you?
Andrea.
Hello, Penny.
Is the sound alright for you? Because we're having, it seems to be, I don't know, a bit compressed, and maybe an issue with Penny's mic, or maybe an issue with my mic.
I've, if I'm being honest, I've had trouble with my connectivity, but that's at my end, not at yours.
Oh,
So
how is your end? Is it alright?
It's been a bit painful today trying to get everything sorted with it, but you know.
You'll be get some. Do you know what you need on that? A bit of Savlon.
Oh no, I don't like Savlon.
Oh, put a bit. Oh no, but it'll take the sting away.
Yeah, probably.
A bit of Sudocrem.
Oh, bit of Sudocrem. Oh yeah.
Oh, that stuff's horrible. When I used to work as a nursery nurse, it used to be the bane of my life. That stuff.
Why? Well,
it goes everywhere.
Stop bathing in it then. Anyway, how can we? I'm sure you didn't ring up for this. I don't know what did you ring up for, Andrew?
I rung up to tell you a quick funny story.
Have you seen Naked Attraction, by the way?
No, it's not my sort of thing.
No, you have a look. Oh, now to the imagination. Everything.
Nah.
Everything.
No, not my
Everything.
cup of tea. That.
Literally everything. It's all out there. It's all out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go on.
You were speaking to Fern about her rat problem.
Oh yeah.
Where I used to live, there was an old lady who used to live next door to us, and she come banging on my flat door one day saying, Andrea, I don't know what to do. There's a dead rat outside. It's sat on the drain. So I said, no problem. I'll ring the council, sort it out for you. So I rang the council, and they said to me, well, if you want the removal of a dead rat, it's £30, or if you're reporting a rat sighting, obviously it's free. I said, well, I've seen a rat. They said, where is it? I said, it's asleep on the drain outside. She said, are you telling me it's dead? I said, no. I said, I don't know rat first aid, but I think its chest's still moving.
Why were you looking at a rat's chest?
I wasn't. She wanted to charge me £30 to get it moved, so I told her it weren't dead, it was just asleep.
She were lying.
It's not.
Yeah, you're right, I were.
Do you know what? It reminds me very much of that Monty Python sketch. It's not dead, it's resting.
Oh, please don't, because I have an issue with a hamster that had something to do with the Monty Python sketch.
Go on.
I bought a hamster years ago, and when I got home, about 12 hours later, I got up, it was dead. So I put it in a box and I took it back to the garden centre where I bought it from. And the fella said, what have you brought it back for? I said, because it's dead. He said, yeah, but why have you brought it back? I said, because it says on your receipt everything's guaranteed for 7 days. But then, to add insult to injury, they gave me another hamster and it ran away.
Right.
And my friends suddenly started telling their family and their friends as well that I had this hamster. And I started getting postcards from Germany, America, Australia, all from the hamster. Well,
is that where it fled to?
Oh, probably. Probably thought I was going to give it a bath or something.
That was, do you know what I was going to say? I don't know why it's reminding me of hamsters, but do you know why the Pet Shop Boys are called the Pet Shop Boys?
No.
Oh, right, well, there you go. That's your homework for the week. Go and Google that.
Okay.
There you go. See? Entertaining and informative, this show. I'm waiting for somebody to text in. And but I'm not going to say it on air, what it is.
Good.
But anyway, Pet Shop Boys and hamsters. Who'd have thought it? Anyway, is there anything else we can help you with, Andrea?
No, that's everything. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Well, thank you for calling, and we shall see you live in person on Friday.
Yes.
Can I just say, hang on, this could be an answer to the... apparently no. Apparently it wasn't hamsters, it was... amusingly, my friend has put herbals, but I think he means gerbils.
Brilliant.
How are you spelling this, Paul? Now you've put Goebbels like that bloke that was in Hitler's Nazi party. Paul, ring in. Come on the show. Right, okay then. I shall get going.
Okay.
All right,
No
thanks, Andrew. See you later. Bye. Bye. So there you go. That was Andrew.
I'm now intrigued about the Pret Shop Boys.
Well, you can Google it. I'm just looking. You know when you can see a message coming through on your phone, and the little dots, the ellipses.
Oh, you can see someone's typing. Yeah.
So I'm wondering now. I like how we've gone from Herbals to Goebbels to Gerbils.
Autocorrect's dangerous, though, isn't it?
I'm sure that's a great game we could play. Well, do you know what? We could probably sign off now. Actually,
we could. It is 4 minutes to 9.
He's just put predictive pucking text. I think that's what he said. I'm not quite sure. But thanks, Paul. Right, thanks everyone for listening. I may do a one-off show tomorrow to try and test things one more time. But yes, have you enjoyed yourself, Penny?
I have, yes. Been good evening.
Excellent, thank you very much. You sound more excited.
It's been a fantastic evening, Kyle.
Oh, I'm just checking. I just got a message. Right, yes, sorry. You had a fantastic evening.
I've had a fantastic evening, and you were distracted by a text message. So
I was distracted by. But again, it's Paul, another man. Do you know what? Here's a funny story. I actually shared a room with Paul once.
Really?
We were on some sort of event together, and there were only 2 rooms. If his wife might hear this, but I don't care. And there was only one room left. It was a twin room, and my friend said, "Oh, we can sleep in that. It's all right. We're mates." And I said, yeah, which was fine. And then I've never heard a noise like it.
Oh.
How his wife, Mandy, has not smothered him in his sleep.
Yeah, the thing is, though, we went camping recently, and there was a guy in a nearby tent who was like that. All you could hear all night was him snoring. Very annoying.
It's not good, is it? But as I said, I love you, Paul. Not in that way. We've discussed that enough. Right, okay. Well, thank you for coming in, Penny. I'll try and do a show tomorrow, and we will finish with. Last week I did play a bit of the Rockefeller Skank, and I said I would play it tonight. So I will play this for you now. Have a good and safe week, Carl and Penny, here on Reclaimed Radio. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Bro.
Sophisticated, suave, and engaging. You must be listening to Kyle Rickards on Reclaimed Radio.